The sun begins to set and close out the day, and the moon begins to rise. It says hello as the sun says goodbye. The birds ride the wind and know where they're to go. They're just cruising by, singing a song or two for you and I. The ocean meets the sand and whispers to it too, come dance with me and lose yourself deep in the sea. Oh, the world, it works so beautifully together. Oh, the world, it seems in harmony. Why can't you and I live together in harmony? The butterfly emerges from deep within the cocoon. It was hiding for a while, getting ready to show its beauty and change. The winds begin to blow and dance with the trees and twirl the leaves around as they dance in the sunlight. The rain, it begins to fall and everything washes off, all shiny and new, just like me and you. When we were once born, the world is there together as one. The world is there together in harmony. Why can't we live together and understand who we are? Why do wars make us better when we feel like we are hurt? Why can't we love one another and give it all a chance to dance? The world, it flows so beautifully. It dances with the planets, and the stars light the way, and the universe says, you are one with me. Why can't we learn to live together as one? Why can't we learn to love everyone? Oh, the world is in harmony if we follow the sun and moon and stars and the universe, and dance as one. and me, we are one in harmony. The sun begins to set.
Well, the sun begins to set and the moonlight is here and it's a beautiful day wherever you are, and we are in harmony as best we can in times like this. Times like this that make us feel as if we don't know what's going to happen next and how we're going to master the challenges that come. So I ask you to do this, to make a conscious choice to rise above, to make a conscious choice to not allow things to come against you, and to choose your connection with God, to choose the connection that guides you throughout your day, to choose your inner voice, to trust that no matter what you do, you're always protected. No matter what you do, you're always in alignment. And no matter what you do, it's a beautiful world in spite of what we're going through. You see, everything's been created in divine light and harmony. Everything's been created to balance out. And there's some things we don't understand. And there's a lot of stories, a lot of theories, quite a lot of things going on regarding what's happening today. But let's not lose ourselves in the story. Let's look at where we are and what we're doing and how we can better ourselves as people. You can't control what's going on outside. You can't control a spread of something except for to choose to care for self. You can't be in all places at all times. You're kind of on a lockdown. No matter where you are across the world, we're pretty much on a lockdown. And you're just sitting. But what can that sitting do for you? What can that being still do for you? Except for a holiday or maybe a late, lazy morning Sunday. When was the last time you were home as much as you are now? When was the last time you looked at the beauty that surrounds you and felt as if you were blessed? When was the last time you were grateful for the stillness? When was the last time that you walked outside and since all you can really look at or talk to would be your trees and your shrubberies, when was the last time you talked to them? Now, that might seem trivial and silly to do, but everything is energy. And if we're feeling it, I can assure you the plants, the trees, nature, they're feeling it as well. They're feeling the shift on the planet. They're feeling the loss, the mourning. They're feeling the sorrow. They're feeling the confusion, the fear, the angst. But they're still in harmony. And they're still in this energy of oneness. And they're well connected. Most likely more connected than we are. But that's the point. That's the point of this, so that we can get connected. Is it the point that we may have to suffer a bit financially or kind of wing it? It's not really the point. Those are the outside world creations that we as mankind have put together. That is what has forced us to function. We become enslaved by the mechanics of life. And your spirit was never meant to be enslaved. Your spirit has always been meant to be one with the universe, has always been meant to just be. and feel divine energy. That's what you've been created to do. So when was the last time you spent this much time home? I know there's some people saying, yeah, I've been cooped up with my family, not liking them very much right now. But there's so many things that we've created that are precious, that we have stopped paying attention to because we've been too busy. With kids and their, rehearsals and their practices and their after-school projects, they've all had that energy to do things all the time. And we are just building it up, building it up, building it up, building it up. We're creating that energy of just pushing, pushing, pushing. So why are you pushing so hard? Maybe this is going to point out to you, get you to identify the fact that you've been pushing. Maybe pushing a little too hard in your life. Maybe not centered enough. Maybe, just maybe, not even doing the things you wanted to do. Maybe this break from your job is giving you the ability to be glad you're not working. To realize that the career that you've been enslaved to is really not who you are at all. This is the time where greatness is going to be born. There'll be great inventions, great writings, great music, great ideas, inspired movements. Mankind is resilient. The spirit transcends time. This is just a resting place for the spirit to experience the world in a physical being. And don't let anyone tell you that being human is not an evolved species, because we've got quite a lot to master. Our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our sense of smell, our sense of touch, our ability to see and remember. These senses are dynamic. I would imagine that most of us have been eating food and running to our next activity. Well, now you have no other choice but to sit down and really enjoy your meal. You've got nowhere to go. And I know some of us may say, all right, we're going to gain a few pounds. But that too will pass. You know what to eat and what not to eat. But this moment in history is for you to learn to savor every moment so that you know that everything is as it should be for you, within you, because you feel, smell, touch, experience everything. Because the one thing we're learning in this time is life is precious, even more so than ever before. You know, many people, I noticed, right before this cataclysmic happening occurred, kind of exit the planet. We lost Kobe Bryant, his daughter. Many greats began to exit the planet. Even a dear woman who was like a spiritual mentor to me, someone that I would kind of touch base with. She chose to enter the earth over 80-something years ago. Right in the middle of January, she was out. And she was a strong woman. Had some health concerns, but spiritually and physically, she persevered. I don't think I knew a stronger being. We all know people like that. And some of you, maybe you've lost a loved one recently as well. And my condolences for the fact that they're not here on earth. But they're on the other side in the light and the love. It's a beautiful world if we allow it to be. And yes, we have bills to pay. Rent, mortgage, car payments, food to buy. And many of you here are kind of experiencing your own financial difficulties. But this too will pass. You will figure it out. Again, we're highly intellectual beings, and we're very capable of figuring it out. But there's a difference between figuring it out and stressing it out. A big difference. There's a difference in creating a shift for ourselves and coming up with new ideas and giving up. There's a difference between having faith and strength within and fear and worry and just being frozen in time. This is not a time to let fear grab hold of you, because that will paralyze you more than any virus ever could. It's a time for you to rise above, for you to stand up and say, I am to be counted, not because there's a census, although that's always good too, but to be counted so that you stand for a reason to be here on earth. To stand up and to tell everyone that you are one with the universe and you're a piece of the whole. And for those of you who feel this calling to help another, then help another. Those of you who've been talking about things you wanted to do but you didn't know how you were going to get there or whether you're going to have the time, you've got time now. You most certainly can get started. You most certainly can shift some things for yourself. It's a great time for you. And for those we've lost, that sorrow, that sadness, we may not understand how life was taken so quickly, but know that their spirit, their soul, eternal, is still with you. Even though we don't really see them here, they're with you. And they are creating the energy of love all around us. And you need to simply invite them in and trust. We are citizens of the planet, and we can rise above all of this. We can choose to embrace the harmony of the universe. We can choose to shift. We can choose to open up to new horizons. What other choice do you have? You're not the person who's going to give up. So take a look at the things that you have. What can you share? This is a time when we can go back to the days when the power of money wasn't so powerful. We can go back to the energy of the power of the heart, the soul. Let's do things with the heart. Let's show up in ways for people that show them who you are, that give you the power to transcend your own lives and impact others and create a new world. This is about creating a new way of looking at things, a new way of experiencing life. Although this experience is feeling overwhelming and scary and horrendous, and I'm not minimizing that at all. But I am saying that in this moment is when you get to look in the mirror and choose who you want to be in this lifetime. For some of you, your back hasn't been up against the wall until now. But you can rise up. You can rise up, and we can stand united as spiritual brothers and sisters, as teachers to each other. For every person is a teacher and a student. Every person brings a unique gift to this world. And if you've been too busy to figure out what that gift is, to discern, to be still, to get that prompting from Spirit, now's the time. Now's the time to awaken your heart. And now's the time to let go of those grudges and those insecurities. No better time than to clean up your own personal backyard. Because after all your power is right here, right within you. Each one of you has magnificent energy. But you've been too busy to notice. Well, I guess the universe has your attention. I guess the planet is saying, hey, we need a break from you humans. So you all go inside. You've been putting animals in cages for a long time. Let's just let this planet regroup. And you all think about a few things, you humans. That's what I could imagine that the ocean and the plant life and the animal life are saying. Why don't you humans regroup? You need to do some quiet time. Humans need a timeout. Well, this is our timeout. And envision yourself healthy and whole. Follow the guidelines that align with you so that you know you're taking your precautions. Do it because you feel compelled to do it. Don't do it because of fear. Do it because, hey, that makes sense. Do it because we don't need to be right next to each other. We're always connected. Use your heart as your energetic projector and send love to everyone that you usually hang out with on your Sunday afternoon. Use your heart to connect with God. You don't need to go to the church to do that, to be connected with God, because you're always connected with God. It's just a reason to block out time in your busy schedules to honor God, but God does not keep a schedule. God knows no time. So there's no better time than to sit down and have a conversation with God. There's no better time than to tell God all your problems. He's been listening, but you haven't been listening for his answers. Well, you might as well lay them all out on the table right now. Dear God, let me tell you what's been going on these years on earth. And I guess you have my attention, so pop into my being, into my knowing and understanding, a reason, an answer, and inspire me as to what I need to do next. And it does not, my friends, have to be once you're back out. Because I promise you, once this is all done and we're all back out, if we don't do the inner work now, if we don't go within, many of you are going to go right back to the routine, to the gerbil wheel of life that you keep going and going and going and going and going, and you have not infused your energy to another, you have not impacted people, and you most certainly didn't care for self, nor have the time other than your scheduled time to talk to God. And it goes beyond your morning meditation, although that is wonderful. God is eternal, and God is here 24/7, always available. But before you run into your meetings, you make sure you have all your papers and your reports and your statistics. But you didn't invite God to the meeting. When you sat down and ate your dinner and threw it in the microwave and pulled it out to eat it, you didn't invite God to the table. This isn't an opportunity for every human being to invite their angels, their guide, source, creator, God, however you want to refer to God, however you want to refer to something that created this experience. Because I'm pretty sure you didn't just pop up and get here. Whatever your belief and faith is, use it as your time to be one. To be one with your brothers and your sisters across the world, with people that you have never met, with people that you belong connected to. And it took this experience to connect you. Maybe you'll meet someone on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or TikTok. Maybe you'll see one of their posts and you'll comment, and your words, not just liking a page because you're robotically going through pages and liking and just throwing a comment like, hey, follow my page, I'll follow yours. No. Really reading their content and really making a comment from your heart. You've got the time. And maybe new friendships across the globe will be forged. New business relationships, new connections, new partnerships. Connections. Unity. Oneness. This is what is happening here if you could just allow it in your life. And know that this too, however horrific it is, will pass. It's caused us all to break routine. It's caused us all to redo things. But that's the mechanics of life. And as humans, we've become really good at the mechanics of life. We've become really routine, predictable, robotic. This is giving you an opportunity that when you emerge back out into the physical world, you can have a new attitude, a new way of being. Maybe employers will have more flexibility for us now. Maybe we'll understand the importance of family time, the importance of having a pet or something you love, like your garden or a tree, just something in your life that is different than just the actions that you take. You choose. And then, of course, there's the arts, the musical arts, the beautiful poetry, the artistry and use of color, the paintings, everything that will emerge from this experience, from beautiful crystal jewelries that will be created to spiritual masterpieces. You are all open conduits for the divine to flow through. Now you've got the time. You can all awaken your gifts and express them. For some of you, it'll be to pursue a new career coming out of this. For some of you, it'll be to start a not-for-profit or a company or an organization that does something for mankind. For some of you, it will be to take yourself out of the rat race in life and go buy a farm and raise fruits and vegetables and animals and care for the earth. These are great times upon us. However difficult and challenging, these unprecedented times are a time for us to notice life and to embrace who we are. And as my opening song says, for us to be in harmony. So I do welcome you here. We are, well, where is here? We are in my front room in my house where I live. We have our piano here. We're going to be doing some music for all of you. I'm going to write some songs. We're going to have some song messages to come out for all of you. We're going to do a collective card reading. We are going to be giving you your own individual messages here and answering your questions. But later on, I hope you stay because we have some music coming. And for those of you who aren't familiar with my music, it's all directly channeled. So I'm going to sit at the piano. You're going to all throw in an idea, a concept, or Spirit's going to give me something, and I'm going to write a live piece and perform it for all of you here. So if you know someone who could use some musical inspiration or connectivity, now's the time to share the page. Now's the time to invite them in for this collective reading, because I know besides the message Spirit gave me, we got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to connect with. And we've got beautiful, beautiful relationships here on our Sunday Funday. You know, I just looked over and I saw my dear friend Mike Davies. He says, keep up the good work. My words are comforting. You know, today, my friend Mike Davies, he had come here to Florida and actually stayed here a couple of times when he was giving messages. Mike is a fabulous medium in the UK. And he had come for one of my big Archangel Michael parties. And we had performed, and he met everyone, and then he gave some private sessions, and then he did some classes and taught with me, and he did some individual classes. And then we had one of those fabulous meetings of messages, and he gave messages from our loved ones on the other side. And we had such a great time. And I had heard that, you know, of course, things are really challenging for you all in the UK, and I have a lot of clients there. And I was like, gee, I wonder how Mike's doing. I wonder how his family's doing. So I went on Facebook and I went in the messenger, and again, this is a perfect time to connect with people that they're in your thoughts, they're in your heart, but you can't quite get to them. And I sent him a message, hey, you okay? And he said, yeah. And we began to talk, and I said, hey, join us today. Pop on, let me see you're here, and I hope you share the experience. So that was over 5 years since he's been here in the States with us. That was the last time he came. And you know, we got some good memories. I remember one of his favorite memories was, here I am pulling up to Wendy's, and he couldn't wait. He just couldn't wait to eat Wendy's. And oh my goodness, we had the best times when he was here. So we make friends, we make connections, heartfelt connections. And now's the time to connect and tell someone, hey, I'm thinking of you. We may not be together. We may all be too busy with life to stop and go, hey, what you doing? How's everything? And make chit chat. How's the family? Oh, I see you had a grandchild. Oh, I see you got a new pet. We may not have time to do that. And sometimes, you know, Facebook and all that is just not as personal as just at least a direct message to someone to let them know that you care. So Mike, I know Queen of England gave a wonderful message to all of you. And another unprecedented thing, rarely does she go before the press and issue a message, except for specific times. And so we are with you. And Wendy's Frosties, yes, Wendy's Frosties. That was, you can, Mike, I bet Mike would be like, could you send me a Frosty, Sarah? So we all have our memories. We all have the things that we love, the things that we have experienced that maybe we've taken for granted. That's the whole point of this right now. It's for you to streamline your life, decide what's in, what's out, even experiences with people. All right, when I get back into the world, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to go here. You know, I didn't really like going to the bar every Friday night. That really, I don't feel that anymore, even though I want you to, of course, be patrons of bars and restaurants because they need us now. But maybe there's some things that were routine you were just doing because that's all you had to do. And you just caught up in a routine and it was empty. This is a time to fill your cup because you cannot give to another until your cup runneth over. For some of you, you've never taken such great care of yourself. So we want to move forward and always take our vitamins, always drink plenty of water, always eat the right foods. Of course, a couple of little snacks like a Frosty on a good day, but really just care for self. Your body is the temple for the divine God. Pure and simple. You're hosting an essence of God everywhere you go. So could you imagine God going, oh God, more fries, right? Make a choice that betters you and betters your experience. So we're going to answer your questions. I know Helena's been lining them up. And yes, so Helena's here. We're socially distanced. And she's on the other side of the room.
Yes, I am.
You are?
I have Helena Cam. If you
have Helena Cam. Yeah, she's sitting near the piano. So let's give a look at Helena Cam here.
And I'm also.
And look, you see, we are wearing our face. Well, I'm not because I'm talking, but she's wearing her face mask. And
I'm an outsider in your home, so I'm protecting myself.
So, and you know, she and I've been kind of quarantining ourselves separately, but you know, we are here for all of you, and we're taking all our proper precautions to do that. Yes, she's got her look going on.
Oh, yeah.
So very good, Helena. Thank you so much for coming. You know, we really felt like we wanted to do a great job for you, and we wanted to hook up all this equipment. You know, the days may come where I might be able to figure all this out. But we're going to put some cards down for all of you. And then we're going to be writing you some songs. Oh, and please put it in the feed. Please tell everybody, oh my goodness, I wrote a new song, and when we switch gears for me to go sit over there at the piano, Helena, can they see the piano behind you?
Yes, they can.
When I go to sit there for the piano,
boom,
we're going to play you the new song I wrote last night when I was setting up the piano. And I have to thank Andrew. Andrew came and he helped me set up here and stuff. So 2 cards just flew out on the deck. So interestingly enough, I want you to know the animal bond says stand up for the animals. Didn't I just say we need to stand up for the animals and we need to honor the animals? And the animals were like, good, we got the humans behind the doors. And then, of course, the unicorn invites serendipitous things. And normally we have another camera here, but that camera's over there by the piano. I guess we'll have to get another camera for the future. But you know what? This is also giving us an opportunity to spread our technology around. So we're going to do a universal flow here for everybody. Going to put out some cards. We have our mystical wisdom cards here. I've got my speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Mother Mary cards here. So we're going to spread those out. And we're going to get some guidance from our angels. I have some other cards with me, but we will definitely pull from those for you. And of course, I'm always channeling spirit, so I'm not just reading the cards. Here we go. We're going to pick 3 Mother Mary cards. Oops, I guess the universe said we're taking 4. I never argue with spirit. Kidding me? They'd keep me locked up for another 2 months if I argued with spirit. And I don't know what my cats and dogs would do about that. I'm surprised Cleopatra hasn't made her appearance.
She was playing with one of our Velcros that holds our XLRs together before.
Yeah, I heard her playing with that. I was like, what does she have? But I was like, pay attention, Sarah, don't get distracted. I have this wonderful ability to have all hell breaking loose around me and still keep talking and channeling spirit. And now we've got our asking for guidance, our angel messages here. We've got them. So we got some cards going on. I, of course, have our love cards here as well, but we're going to save those for later. So let's see what we've got here. We're going to start with our Mother Mary card, and the first one up is Our Lady of New Vision. So as we believe, we know we need new vision. And the next card is Our Lady of the Rose Child. You know, what I love about a rose, let's take a look at a rose. It's beautiful, it's delicate, it has a great fragrance to it, an aroma. It inspires love. And Our Lady of the Rose Child is that children are our most precious gift. And they too are unique. And they bring such joy to us. So honor the children. And then we have our Lady of Radiant Grace is with us. Our Lady of Radiant Grace is here to put grace in our lives and to really inspire us to have a better experience. So Our Lady of Grace is in. And then we also have here Our Lady of Ripening on the Vine. Well, I think we're all going to be ripening on the vine since we're all on lockdown. But what this tells me here is that things are coming to a maturity. We are maturing. We're coming into our own. We're going within. You know, the apple or the pear, the avocado or the mango I've got in my backyard, they're not sitting there saying, I got to get off this branch. Let me go, and wiggling off and pulling themselves off when they're not ready. Everything has a time. So this time that we are here, hanging on the vine, just chilling out, well, we're ripening. We're ripening within ourselves and our inner knowing. The next card we have here for everyone is sensuality. This is a good time to fall in love with yourself again, to get tuned back into the beauty of sensuality and communication and masculinity and femininity. I mean, I think somewhere along the line we forgot, you know, the dance between a man and a woman. We forgot how to kind of connect with people and to embrace our own individual sensuality and not judge ourselves so harshly. And then the next card is dreams. Believe in your dreams. In this quiet time, I encourage you all to believe in your dreams. I encourage you all to dream new dreams. If there's a dream you've been wanting and it hasn't quite happened, then say, okay, it'll happen in the due time. Think of something new and exciting. Sometimes we hold on to something so tightly. Why isn't it happening? Why isn't it here? Why can't I have it? And then boom, nothing happens. The minute you let it go, it happens. So embrace those possibilities. And then, of course, originality. Blaze your own trail. I really think that these cards are so reflective of our opening monologue. It is time for us to blaze our own trail, to be our own unique self. And then we have our angel messages. Ask. Ask for help in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. So the angels are telling you, if you need help, if you don't know how you're going to manage the financial difficulties, and I imagine everyone has that in their mind. How am I can manage to here, but what happens after this time? Well, I can hang out this long, or I have enough for here. Whatever it is that's going on within you, I know I have a business, a physical structure. Ask your angels for help, and they're going to help you. They're going to be there for you. And then we have focus on service. What can you do for yourself and for others that can make a difference in mankind? Focus on service. And the final card is play. Beloved ones, it's time to set aside work for a while. Don't worry. We will oversee your responsibilities to completion. Playfulness, quietly, gaiety, and laughter will help lift your energy. So if you're going a little stir crazy, take out the board games, start to have fun, and embrace your playful side. And you heard the angels. They will see the task through. It's time to stop working. They will see that task through, and they will help you. Well, I think those were some really great cards, and we're going to get ready to answer some questions, and then we'll go to the piano, and we'll continue answering questions right from the piano. I got quite a few people saying hello, so hello, everyone. Good to see everybody. And this is beautiful. Good to have everybody here. Good seeing you. Helena, you got some good questions piling up here. How's everybody doing here in the feed? Let me know. And I want you to tell me, I'm going to rise above this. I want you to commit to yourself and to others. I'm going to rise above this. Let's make that commitment. Let's choose. Let's choose to rise above it. Rise above it all. I'm going to make sure, let's type in, let's rise above it. And rise above this adversity. And I want you to all tell me I'm in. All right, I'm posting. Let's rise above adversity. Let's do it together. Let's hold the space. We're going to call on the angels. I'm going to call for Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Uriel. I'm going to ask for their presence, their protection. I'm going to ask that they seal us off. We're going to ask that Archangel Michael annihilate and destroy any disease, any malaise, illuminate the light so that the light will transcend the darkness for its greatest good and its purity. And we are going to ask for the presence of God, that all these messages that are here today be for your highest good, and that your questions are for your higher learning and your best experience. And we're going to ask that this get over quickly, but in God's time. You know, we humans, we're a little impatient. We can do anything for a short period of time, yes? So let's make the best of this. We're all in it together. It's not just the state of Florida getting hit by a hurricane, or New Jersey getting hit by a hurricane, or tornadoes hitting Oklahoma, or an earthquake in California. It's not that. It's not just one spot. It's everywhere. So we're citizens of a planet, are we not? And every morning we're waking up with the same human needs, same human desires, same human fears. So let's choose to wake up in the morning with grace and gratitude, and let's put the fear aside. Let's know that the hand of God that governs everything if this is transpiring now, that you're covered, that you're taken care of, and that everything is working out as it should be, even the things we do not understand. I want you to trust that. If you've never trusted anything in your life, you have to trust that there's something greater going on here than the destruction and the sorrow that we're seeing. There's nothing, it's more than that. But if you choose to lock your thoughts on that, then that will become your reality, and that will trigger your fears. It's there. We send love and energy, help everyone you can, but set your intention on how you are going to rise up. So I want to see, I want to know, I rise above. I want you to say, I rise above this. I am choosing to rise up. Let's see it in the feed. Say, I am rising above this. I'm rising above. Put it in the feed. I want to see that. Helena, how are we doing in this feed here?
People are in, they're rising above. Shirley's in, Eileen's in.
Great.
Ronnie's in, Patty's in. Oh, yeah.
Brianna said, bank on God. Yes. Tina Calloway, thank you. I trust in God. Yes. Be of courage and know that I am God. That is like my favorite saying these days. Right? Be of courage and know that I am God. So it's really important. So we got some questions going on here, Helena. What's happening out there?
We got questions happening.
And I can't wait to play you my new song. I just really want to just jump to that, but I'm like, all right, we were going to answer some questions here the way you're used to, and then wait till we start answering some questions from the piano. It's going to be really interesting. So come on, everyone. What are your questions?
So I want to actually start with Tina Calloway asking, where do earth angels exist in the ladder of energies from spirit guides up to God? She's been told she's an earth angel. What other skills does she have to offer and share?
Well, earth angels are people who have had experiences. They're still in the physical body, so they still obtain the physical density. But an earth angel is a being or a person who has achieved many accomplishments in their spiritual checklist. And because of that, they're giving some, well, heavy-duty learning here on this earth, but they're also tasked with an important job to help others, to make a difference, to be of a service, to really embrace love and share light with others. So an earth angel is someone who is working their way up to then, when they finally cross over, to then become a spirit guide and then ascend into the ascended being, ascended master state. So it's kind of like a, let's say, a mid-range point to be an earth angel before you begin to graduate to this ascended being. And also as an ascended master teacher, which we can all become through our experiences on this earth as an ascended master teacher, then in those last lifetimes you most definitely will be attracting your twin flame. And Tina Calloway, you're very gifted, you're very intuitive, and you've got a lot of healing energy with you. So you are here to infuse healing and messages for others. So I encourage you to keep doing that, Tina Calloway. And thank you for asking these higher learning questions. God bless you, be safe, and let's rise above it. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Charday. And
Charday.
She says, Sarah, I had a dream that someone proposed to me, but I couldn't see their face and wanted to know, do you see me getting married in the near future?
You know, Charday, I kind of like that feeling. The energy of that, you couldn't see their face because you're not meant to see their face yet. Because as Michael Bublé would say, you just haven't met him yet. But I can tell you, Charday, based on the energy around you, that you are getting ready for that. And I see that 2021 brings you a relationship that you really feel is not quite the frog of the relationship that's the connection, not just dating, someone who is truly connected. And I do feel that this year opens up that entrance and that meeting of someone. So remembering that you are the direct correlation to what you attract, you are the magnet of attraction, so where you are within loving self and how you've done your work, well, that's going to determine who you attract. So use this quiet time to get ready for marriage, because ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. I think there's a wedding in your future. So looking forward to that. And I also look at his proposal as also a new beginning coming for you. So I think you get a little pre-prize before you meet your love. Thank you so much, Sade, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have, Helena?
We're going to YouTube.
Let's go to YouTube. Thank you, everyone who follows me on YouTube. Really appreciate you. Who else do we have?
We got Mary Katie. She says, "Hi, Sarah. We're trying to get a flight to go home, and she would love to get some insight on this."
Let's see. Trying to get flight to go home. Yeah, that's not easy, Mary Katie. I understand that. So the first thing I see here, I'm kind of in this 10, 14 day time. We might be able to get you from one spot to the other. You got to stay still right now. It's probably not even in your best interest to make the transition. If you push, you can get it done in 5 days, but the real feeling is 10 plus days. So let's wait for that time to pass, and we will ask the angels to take you on your flight at the perfect time to go home, so that you are connected back home in your roots at a perfect time and remain safe. Be safe out there, practice your social distancing, and keep yourself lickety-split clean. And let us know when you land, my dear, but I'm kind of leaning towards that 10 days. Thank you, Mary Katie, for your YouTube question. Thank you. Who else do we have?
I want to go to YouTube one more time. I got Client Casey. Client Casey's being told a public career is in my near future. Is this destiny related, and will union occur with my divine partner?
That's a great question, Client Casey. Client Casey, it brings out my automatic writing for this. So makes me also feel that part of your public career, you're going to be doing some speaking, some spokesperson. I also see messages. I'm going to see you with I don't want to say a blog, I really want to say a book, but I kind of feel like you're going to write something that's going to kind of connect people to you. And when I look at this, okay. This is a really creative time for you to lay down that groundwork, and I see that public career stepping into 2021, but I'm going to place it after March of 2021. I kind of really want to put you in the midway point. Now, 2021 does open up the social connections and the networking to bring in the union of divine partners. So I think you need to have this public persona, because there's something about the person that you meet that makes me feel like there's a persona that they have that's a wonderful fit for you. I mean, you really kind of need them, yes? So thank you so much for your YouTube question. Good things coming for you. It is part of destiny, and the reason why the destiny is because you are a way shower. You're meant to assist others on their journey in your own unique way. So keep us posted on that one. I look forward to hearing more from you. Thank you so much. Drop us a comment in the YouTube, and we appreciate you. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Fran Kraft asking, do we only reincarnate to Earth or other planets too?
Oh, Fran Kraft, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, Fran Kraft. Thank you so much for that question. What do you think? We just hang out on Earth, and we must be the only people hanging out on Earth, and everyone else gets to hang out on their own planet? Nope. Of course we've been on other planets. And there are some people who, especially when they reincarnate in this life and they just don't fit in and blend, they're like, I don't really think I belong. I don't feel like I'm part of this. And part of that feeling is coming from the fact that the density of the human body is so difficult for them, so unfamiliar, and all the emotions and all the other people's emotions, that it makes them bananas. So I really do believe that we are on other planets in experiences, and I also feel that all of us have a connection with the galactic energies and, of course, life forms outside this planet. And you all have spirit guides that are nothing like a spirit guide you're thinking, like an Indian or a dancing gypsy. No, no, no. All of us have got an alien spirit guide or two. Just hate to break it to you, but yep, they're there helping us along. and we've got that connection. And depending on how many lifetimes you've spent on other planets and your origin of your original spirit being born into an experience, that determines how many you got. So many of us are very much aligned with the Galactic Federation, which is why we chose to reincarnate at this time. Great question, Frank Kraft. Love you for that one, honey. Stay safe wherever you are. I know you need to be very aware of keeping clean. Really important for you, my dear. Thank you. Who else do we have?
So our next one is from Brandy Bryant, asking, what needs to be done on my end to open communication with my guides? I really would like to move forward with my purpose, but feel I'm at a roadblock.
You know, I absolutely love this question, and I'm going to make a suggestion to you, Brandy Bryant Johnson, and I hope we put it in the feed, to take my class on Thursday, Prayers and Decrees, because it teaches you how to bridge this connection to God, to your angels, to your guides, through your prayers, through your words, through that bridging that connection of true connection of heart and soul. So, Brandy, you're first of all, they're telling me you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. I'm going to suggest for you automatic writing. I need you to get out of your head. I want you to ask a question of your guides, and I want you to write down your question. My question is this, or say, hey, I was thinking about this. Spirit guides or angels, what are your thoughts? And write your question, write your statement, and then just start writing and say, as if you're the angel, I, your angel, or I, your guide, send you this message. And when you first start writing, you're going to think it's me writing. Come on, Sarah, like, you know. But then, if you let your pen keep going, you're going to find that even the way you write, maybe even the style with which you write, like when I scribble for you all, it's nowhere near my writing. That's not how I write. So I make this big connection with them, and it's the flow of the pen that gives my mind something to do, and then I start to hear the train of thought that is not my personal thought, and that's what I use to make my connection. So I really encourage you to do some automatic writing. Don't try so hard. And I have a couple of classes also up on my website, working with your archangels. Angels 101 is one of my other classes, working with your spirit guides. I've got those classes up on my website, and we are going to teach a spirit guide class specifically. That's going to be one of our next mini classes to be announced. So I hope you join us. Thursday's class is only $7. So we hope everyone joins us for that. Thank you, Brandy. Do some automatic writing. Don't try so hard. They're there with you, and we support you. And if I can be of any further service to you, mentoring or teaching, let us know, and I look forward to it. Thanks so much. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Kimberly Barber.
We got a lot of questions
Yeah.
here, let me tell you.
I'm going to Kimberly Barber. She's like, she says, can you tell me anything about my health in the future?
Kimberly Barber. Kimberly Barber. Kimberly Barber. You know, Kimberly, I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you anything of any diagnosis or anything, but the first thing that I'm made aware of, let's see here. Great. So this year is about spiritual healing, emotional healing. You know, I'm feeling, it's interesting, I'm feeling a lot of emotional blockages in your body, disrupting your health. I go into the digestive section of your health. Seems lower digestion is when I put it in there. I'm also feeling, the word they give me is inflammation. So I'm feeling like there's a detoxification of the physical body we want to do, but I also feel, Kimberly Barber, that there's a clearing of emotions. I'm also feeling made aware of some, I don't know if you just recently completed a treatment or considering a treatment, but there's something that you did or are about to do that is necessary as part of a healing process. So that's what they're giving me on that. They're not giving me